and welcome to the show. This is the UK and Ireland Meta Report. I'm Baz the Bard, and I've been joined, as always, by James Ashall.
Howdy.
How's it going, James?
Not too bad. Still recovering from COVID a little bit. That tingly cough will always get you.
Yeah, it lasted with me for quite a few weeks after that. So what have we got coming up?
So we're going to cover the last few ones for the RTN season. We've got a couple of bits at CC, a couple of drafts. We'll cover Nationals, which is obviously the next big event coming up. And then we've got skirmish season as well to sort of go through as well. So
Indeed.
wrapping up on that and then moving forward.
Yeah, the ever-changing schedules.
The ever-changing schedules, indeed.
So let's begin. So last chance saloon for everybody. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here we go. This is the UK and Ireland Meta Report for Classic Constructed Week 4. So there was only one event for Week 4 for Classic Constructed. We are going to the heart of Fab. It is Living Realms Castleford. 35 players for this event, over 12 different heroes. So James, you were here.
I was indeed.
What was it like?
Oh, it was good. As always, Fabio and Jake know how to put on a fantastic show. They gave out some Spanish history packs, which was absolutely fun. Somebody pulled the full art Rhinar, which looks amazing.
Oh, nice.
It's really, really pretty. But no, I took Viserai. Felt like it was either that or Phi, personally. Did some testing with Darren Hazelden. He basically wanted to try a couple of new decks with myself. He was trying out a Dory, and also his Dramai that he's been working on as well.
Yeah.
I think I would have took Phi personally if I had some more experience on it. I think that's where the meta is at the moment. A very explosive deck, seems very good.
Yeah.
But I took Viz, had a very average day at 3-3. Couple of mistakes here, couple of mistakes there. Things to learn from as always. And just genuinely a great overall experience. Nothing but good praise from the guys at Living Realms. Always fantastic to see them.
But this is the thing, it's just small margins. Small margins will either win you a game or lose you a game. But that's what you want. You want a game that's basically can, go on the knife edge. Okay, so as you said, Viserai, 6 Viserai for this one, 5 Bravo, 5 Phi, 4 Icelander, 3 Briar, and then we've got a smattering of the other players, the other heroes, I should say. A Dorinthia. It's always quite nice to see Dorinthia coming in. So yeah, that's good.
That was Darren. That was what we were practicing. And we come across some interesting results with Dory. It seems well placed, especially to deal with Phi. So we had a very long discussion about it. We think the meta could shift towards Dory, but we'll see in time.
Yeah, I suppose the thing is with an aggressive deck like Phi, he doesn't want to block. So
no.
you know what I mean. It depends if Dory needs those on-hit triggers to really get going. Sometimes, she's going to punish you with Reprise, but now she's got some extra cards that give go again. That they came in the classic battle pack. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a couple.
Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say there's a couple of cards from there that that Darren really likes, and he could get sort of like 3 or 4 attacks off with Dawnblade. So those counters just stack up, and it's a lot of damage.
I'm quite surprised there's no Lexi here, considering we've seen Lexi do quite well in UK meta. There is none today, or none here, I should say. But 4 Icelander, that's more than what we normally see or have seen over the past 4 weeks. Right, so let's see how this goes into the top 8. So the top 8: 2 Bravo, 1 Briar, 1 Dorinthia, 1 Dromai, 1 Phi, 1 Katsu, and 1 Oldhim. So where's all the Viserai gone?
We all failed. we all completely failed. That's what happened. I don't know if I was top seed Viz. I actually didn't check the results. So I'm sure there was someone ahead of me because I was sort of towards the bottom of the 3 wins. So I'm sure someone did better than me. But yeah, no, it was a tough day. Like Jacob Hand was there. Alex Berry was there. Darren Hazelden was there. There were some really strong players here trying to get that top 4 place to secure themselves for Nats.
Yeah.
So I won't say too much because I know what the top 4 was.
Okay, so let's go through the top 8. Okay, so Jacob Ham was on Phi. Seb Ball was on Briar. Alex Berry is on Bravo. Darren Hazelden, like you said, is on Dorinthia. Sam Cox is on Dromai. Imad Kashi was on Katsu. Benjamin Early was on Oldhim. And Dan York was on Bravo. So whether or not they were using a similar list to what George used in Boards and Swords, I don't know. But we do know that George won at Boards and Swords with Bravo. Righty, so top 4, 1 Bravo, 1 Dorinthia, 1 Phi, 1 Oldham. So that is Darren Hazelden on Dorinthia, Jacob Hand on Phi, Alex Berry on Bravo, and Benjamin Early on Oldham. So
now I will say thanks to Darren here, because we had to leave, unfortunately, to get me home. So unfortunately Darren had to drop, so he couldn't play the top 4. So thank you very much for getting me home, Darren. Muchly appreciated, and hopefully you'll do better. Lil.
Well, the thing is, Darren he's been to a lot of RTNs, and he was, he did really badly at Manuscree, but his performance over this 4-week period has increased. And he's finally made it into a top 4. So well done, Darren. So the finalists was between Jacob Hand on Phi and Alex Berry on Bravo. Okay, so I don't know what the deck makeups were. So we've got Bravo versus Phi. You played Alex. So I did. So what do you think the outcome was?
Well, mine and Alex's game was super tight. Come down to a blessing of deliverance. Which drew him the blue resource of the blue pitch that he needed. Super close game. Watching Jacob's deck, because I watched Jacob play in top 8 as well, I would think Jacob won. Jacob basically beat a Bravo in the top 8 to make top 4. So I would favour Jacob on this one, because he seems to know the matchup well and knows what he's bringing in from his sideboard. Yep,
you are correct. Jacob Hand won this on Phi. So, he's taken all that experience that he's had, and he's pulled out another win. So, he's absolutely on fire at the minute, Jacob. So, well done, fella. Really well played. Okay.
Congratulations.
So, thank you to Nosy Ferret, Jacob himself, for providing information, Mark Quarmby, and Darren Hazelden. So, thanks, guys, for keeping us up to date.
So, I'm 1-0 now. I got the first one right.
Indeed. No submarining for you, mate. Let's go.
No, not today.
Okay. So this is how the UK meta for Classic Constructed for RTN looks at the end of it. So all the Classic Constructed looks like it's right up the spine of England. And we've got Bravo, Boards and Swords, and unfortunately I can't spell that right. Briar at Reroll Games in the van, Dromai in Brighton, Durham and London, Phi in Castleford, Lexi in York, Prism in Edinburgh, and Viserai, a double win in Northampton. So well done to everyone who piloted those heroes to those wins. You played fantastic, so well done. Job done.
It's nice and diverse as well. It's not just Starvo or Prism. It's there's a nice mix of heroes, and we've got new heroes coming through as well, which is nice. The meta's evolving, which is great.
Yeah, we'll get onto it later when we look at, when we talk about nationals. But certainly the UK meta looks really healthy. Yeah, okay, there's 3 Dromai wins, there's 3, and there's 2 Viserai wins. But where a Dromai normally is, there's a high amount of Dromai. You get that mirror match, which nobody really wants. So that can stifle Dromais getting through, because they can end up withdrawing unless people, one player wants to concede. But yeah, I mean, you really got to know what you're doing with Dromai. When you watch the stream that Buglugs did from Mox in the Hole, not Mox in the Hole, sorry, Rule Zero in London, to watch Jamie play was brilliant. So well done there. Okay, so this is everybody who has qualified through Classic Constructed through every week. So well done, guys. Absolutely fantastic playing. Okie, let's get on to week 4 for draft and see how it's affected the map. We have Jester Games in Greater Manchester. Let me flick my page. 18 players at Jester Games. So this is the top 8 draft. So we've got 3 Dromai, 2 Phi, 3 Icelander.
Interesting.
Yeah. Phi is probably laughing.
I'm favouring Phi. Yeah, favouring Phi here, 100%.
But this is the thing. From everything we've seen over the last 3 weeks, it's just like not many people going Phi means that those Phi decks are really going to be good. Even people that force Phi, and you might have 4 or 5. One of those Phi players generally gets through to the final.
Yeah, of course.
So Phi is absolute fire when it comes to draft. If in doubt, go Fi. That's how it seems. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. So how does that translate into the top 4 there? So we've got 1 Icelander, 1 Dramai, and 2 Fi.
Both 5 came through.
No surprise there.
What a shock! Yeah.
Yeah. So unless we've got a Fi mirror match, there's going to be there could be 2, or it could be 1. Okay. So Liam Canning was on Icelander, Kate Dunstan on Dromai, Mitch Hewson on Fi, and Jack Thayer on Fi. Okay. So tell you what, the final was between Liam Canning on Icelander and Mitch Hewson on Fi. What do you reckon?
Fi, 100%.
100%. Okay.
100%. It's Fi.
Okay, so now we've got our first Icelander winning.
Oh my god.
Liam Canning, the smartest trousers in Fab, pulled that win off. Well done, fella. Fantastic win. I was so happy to finally put an Icelander on the map.
The only one. The only one to exist.
Yeah. We wanted it to be in Scotland, up north, but Manchester's pretty cold.
It's close enough. It's close enough.
Yeah, it's up north somewhere. It's absolutely brilliant. So thanks to Mark Quamby for supplying the results for this one. Thank you very much. Cheers, Mark.
It's the only person who played Icelander and got an Icelander promo.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Righty. So, Fanboy 3. So, we're in Greater Manchester again. The next day. This was on the Sunday. So, righty. We've got 3 Dramai, 4 Fi, and 1 Icelander. So, I'm not swaying. Fight. Staying with Fi. Forcing Fi. Everyone's forcing Fi. Okie dokie. Right, so top 4 time. Top 4. 1 Icelander, 1 Dramai, 2 Fi. So we've got the same.
It's the same. It's exactly the same.
So might be you get a mirror match.
Oh my
so if you
god.
get a mirror match, you've only got 1 Fi. Okay, potentially. I don't know.
Potentially.
I don't know who played who in the top 4. Okay, this is just all spitballing. All right. Okay. So the top 4: Paul Wright on Fi, Simon Luthi on Fi, Ashkan Rashid Sanity on Icelander, and Adam Maxwell on Dramai. Okay, so they're the top 4. So well done, guys. That was the last draft that there is for the season. So you guys are in. So we've got Paul Wright on Fi and Ashkan Rashid Sanity
on
Icelander. Now, I don't know either of these players, okay?
I've not heard of him either.
So, what do you reckon?
Now you've thrown me on that last one. Fight! I'm calling it. Fi again.
Fi again. Okie dokie. So you're now 1 and 2 because Icelander has picked up a
second.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So 2 wins.
Oh my god.
Icelander pulls it out of the bag on the very last week. So when we were saying that we might find that there's different heroes winning near the end of week 4, it certainly has come to fruition. And Icelander has, she's got in there. Like the last of the year where it goes really cold, the last of the draft, Icelander comes in. So well done, well done. Okie dokie. So let's have a look at the map. Oh, there's a.
Oh, look at that! It's a big snowstorm on the way.
Yeah. There we go. Nice big one in around about where Manchester is. I had to try and show that Fi was there, but he's got thawed out a bit.
Oh my god. So
for everyone for draft, so Dromai won in Bad Moon Cafe in London and Trinity Card Capital in Gateshead. Fi picked it up in Excelsior Bristol, Geek Retreat Southampton, Highlander Games Dundee, Just Play Merseyside, Underworld Games Nottingham, Underworld Gaming Dublin, and Icelander, Jester Gaming, and I put Ashkan's name in there, but that should be Fanboy 3. So yeah,
special mention.
They've named the store after you now, Ashkan. Well done.
I mean, it's definitely nice because remember when we said right at the start, week 1, that the information we were getting out of draft camp was evenly split.
Yeah.
Obviously, as the meta's evolved, people have sort of favoured Fi a little bit more, and we can definitely see that. But in the grand scheme of things, in the end, 2 wins for Icelander, 2 wins for Dramai, rest for Fi.
Yeah.
It does show that Icelander can win, and that might restore some faith in players to maybe start picking up Icelander a little bit more in draft. It can win, and it's proven.
I think people really need to put time into it. If you can put time into her, I think you'll do well. But I think, more than the other characters, she is dependent on the packs. If she doesn't see enough, if you're going Icelander and you do not see enough blues, your deck's going to be garbage. You know what I mean? Like I'm hearing sort of like 14 to 16 blues. That's what you're looking for.
And that's minimum, right?
Well, you've got to get ice cards as well. Whether or not you're doubling up on those blues being ice cards or having ice cards in addition to those blues, but you're looking at around about 14 to 16 blues, and you might be okay. It'd be interesting to hear, if Ash can or Liam, you can put, write in the comments, tell us what your deck was like, how many blues, how many ice, so people can sort of like get an inkling if you want to share it before Nationals, that is. All right, guys? Righty. Okay, so this is everybody that has qualified through draft. Oh, special thanks to Liam Canning. Cheers, Liam, for all the information from Fanboy 3. Was really appreciated. Thank you. I have a list. Right, okay. So, like I said, this is everyone that's qualified for draft, but we have had some players that have qualified twice. All right? So I've put it into a better category this time. So we have our all-rounders. So our all-rounders, so they've won in Classic Constructed and they've won in draft. Okay? So they're like, double threat players.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, so Craig DeMario, Dice Saloon and Bad Moon Cafe. George Roger, Greek Retreat, Southampton, and Boards and Swords, hobbies.
Nice.
Rob Catton, Underworld Games and Bearded Card Trader. Alexandru Chitu, Geek Retreat, Southampton and Rule Zero. Jacob Hand, Underworld Games and Living Realms. Benjamin Early, Trinity Card Capital and Living Realms. So, players that have only won Classic Constructed. There's only one. Jamie Faulkner from Kingdom Gaming and Rule Zero. That's where they qualified. Okay, and then draft. There's only one that's qualified 2 times on draft, which is Sharif, Trinity Card Capital, and Highlander Games. Now, out of all those players, okay, there's 2 that are double winners. So a double RTN winner. So this is your question of sport. Can you get them both? So Sharif is 1.
And Jacob Hand.
Well done. 2. You got them both. Well done, fella. That was really good.
Hey, I have been paying attention. Yeah. I have been studying.
So yeah, really, that's awesome. To win 2 is absolutely fantastic. I think when we did the Road to Nationals last year, I think there was only 2 double winners, and I'm pretty sure Sharif was one of them.
He's a very good player. He's a very, very good player.
Yeah, pulled it out again and done a double win. So well done, Sharif, and well done, Jacob. Like we were saying before, Jacob was always the bridesmaid and never the bride. And this season, he has really stepped up his game. So
he's strutting.
Yeah. Whoever you're playing with, mate, keep it up. Keep it up. All right, cool. Okie doke. So, Nationals. Oh no, we haven't. Sorry, professional again. No? So this is I updated the draft. I've now included 2 weeks 2 to 4 combined, just to see how it is a little bit. Okay, so
it's more FI.
top 8s, 42% of players in top 8s have drafted FI, 34% players drafted Dromai, and 23% in Icelander. How that translates into top 4, we see a little bit of a drop off. But Dromai's the same, 34%. Okay, still getting through. Fire's gone down to 46, and Icelander's gone to 18. Okay, but this is how finals looking. So when we talk about players, if in doubt, force Fi. That seems to be what's happening. It seems to, when I've spoke to people, it's just like, I don't really know. Some people favour forcing Fi, and some people favour going Dromai. But as results show, winners that are going Fi, either forcing it or lucky enough to sit in a good position, Fi's won 62% of the time through all of the RTNs that have happened since week 2 onwards. All right. Now, Road to Nationals.
Over to Nationals.
Okay, so National Championship, 17th to the 18th of September. it's at Darksphere in Shepherd's Bush. Hopefully, all the XP has been calculated. The XP leaderboards have been updated, and people can see sort of like have they got in, have they can't, have they missed out. You definitely don't want to be the bubble player, do you? When they finally give out that list, maybe next week, of who's in, you don't want to be the one on the bubble. So
I'm not in. I'm not in. I'm 100% not in.
That's all right. Maybe next year, mate.
Next year.
But the thing is, look, there are loads of side events. So we've got day one, Nationals. Okay, so that's invite only. But if you haven't got an invite to Nationals, you can still go. You can still take part. It is going to be amazing. So we've got team event, Classic Constructed. So that is every player takes an 80 card deck. Very much like Team Blitz, but you're playing Classic Constructed. So players will be either, your captain will be player A, you either be B or C, and you'll be told where to sit, essentially. I think the captain always sits in the middle, and you can do a bit of a chain. Okay, there's Ultimate Pit Fight for those players who like a bit of Ultimate Pit Fight, a bit of casual, a bit of scheming, a bit of wheeling and dealing. If Ultimate Pit Fight is your jam, it's there. And then after that is Team Blitz. So I think games on the first day go all the way through to 10:30 in the evening. Looking at the schedule that was on Darksphere's website, looked like 10:30. Registration around about 9, goes all the way through to 10:30. Side events obviously are running like concurrently. They're not all running at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So and then into Nationals Day 2. So for those who make it, it doesn't say on the website where the cut is. So if it was the same as last year, it's around about a cut of 24 will make it into day 2. Last year we had one player drop out of the cut because they just went, well, I'm not going to make top 8. I'm going to drop out and I'm going to go. It was the call-in last year. Now it's the Pro Tour Invitational. Okay, so there's a Pro Tour invite up for that. But the side events are a full box team sealed. Now, full box team sealed is each team of 3 will receive 1 box of Uprising. And from those 24 boosters, you've got to make 3 decks. Okay, each has to be an individual hero. So you'll make a Phi, a Dromai, and an Icelander, and you'll have 24 packs to make those up. Seems quite cool to me.
That sounds great, but yeah. I think I sort of set myself to play the PTI. So I'll be there. I don't know if I'll be there for day 1. If I can maybe get a couple of people who are interested in Team Blitz, I might do that because I like Blitz as a format personally. But I'll definitely be there for day 2 for PTI to try and win, I guess.
Well, yeah, exactly. Why not? You got to be in it to win it. Why not? Yeah, Rob Catton's first event was calling last Nationals. He won it. And then we've got Commoner. If if you want to play a bit of Commoner, and Ultimate Pit Fight again. So if you love Ultimate Pit Fight, you're there for 2 days, just duking it out. Absolutely brilliant.
Solid.
Okay, so that's Nationals. So this is the breakdown of the calling. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I put that in. Basically, this is the calling was the first really big, meta that we've had. Really big tournament for this Uprising, and we've seen that basically, there was 46 players representing fire. That made up 19% of the amount of players that were in the calling. So, when you look at it, you go 46, that's a massive amount. But when you look at the percentage, 19 doesn't seem that much, considering when Starvo was about, we were looking at sort of like 50% Starvo.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does look like that Phi is, through this tournament, that Phi is, the one to go for. He is the new big bad of the meta. But, and the results of the calling was it was a double Phi final. So you go, okay, is he? But when you look at this, there's only 10 Lexi players. Only 4% of the field was Lexi. Only 2% was Icelander. Now, these 2 characters really do punish Phi. I mean, we saw sort of like Joe Stamper absolutely destroy Bruno with that when he was on Phi. So it might have been different if there'd have been a bit more Lexi and a bit more Icelander players at the calling. But generally, going to a new tournament where the meta isn't solved, potentially, or settled, going aggro, as you know, through other card games, is what people go for. So it doesn't really surprise me when you've got, 19% going Fi and 14% going Briar. It's just like, well, why not? If in doubt, aggro. And, control comes in near the end of a, tournament season when people kind of get a grip on it. But, I've heard that there's 2 Fi lists that are pretty damn hot, and one is like strip Fi, which in one turn you bust all your equipment, and the other one is the full Monty, where you just basically leave your hat on. So one uses the links as the strip, and one uses the Mask of Momentum as the full Monty. So I think when we get through to nationals in the UK, this is going to look massively different. We've got we've got a whole month of testing, to go through, and that people are just going, I've got my hands on this Fi deck, either or, which one, they're going to be absolutely busting decks against these 2 Fi decks to see if they can, if they can break it, if they've got the answers to it for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I know there was like an evolution of the Fi deck come out of calling that everyone was sort of talking about at Living Realms. It was very like, have you seen this explosive Fi? Doing like 40, 60 damage, using like the Phoenix forms and all of this. So that was quite interesting to see. But then I'm pretty sure, if I'm not remember, Jamie made top 8 as well on Dramai, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. He had a really, really great day. I know Hamish very much published his day, his weekend at the calling. Well, what bits of it was. He kind of missed Saturday, unfortunately, but he had a great Sunday.
But it was great that Hamish actually did his vlogs. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed watching them. I can't go to those, and there's quite a few players that basically wouldn't have been able to go. So somebody doing a daily vlog of their experience is fantastic, because it makes you feel like you're there and taking part. So, hats off to Hamish for doing that. That was brilliant. Okay,
hats off to climbing those stairs as well, because I didn't want to do that bit.
Yeah, but Hamish did get top 8 battle hardened, so
he did
really well. He did really well. Right, okay, so what's up? What's happening with the channel next? Skirmish is next. Okay, so Skirmish, we've got Limited, which is sealed, and Blitz. Prizes for Skirmish are Ashwing playmat, Phoenix Flame. I haven't spelled that right as well. Phoenix Flame playmat, and Cold Foils, Drome Iron Fire, and a Cold Foil silver token.
Ooh, fancy. All about the playmats. That Ashwing one looks nice.
It does look nice
at the back.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
It's a shame it's hidden at the back. But it would have been quite nice if they'd have done a Marvel one. If they do a Marvel Ashwing playmat, you know that people would just be like, holy shit, I can't get hold of a Marvel Ashwing, but if I can get hold of that Marvel Ashwing playmat, that would just be absolute mint. So that'd be really good. So for this channel though, we are only covering Blitz. Okay, I feel there is no meta for sealed. It is literally what you get in those 6 packs can determine how good a deck you've got. So there is no meta. It's just basically, it is what it is. But for Blitz, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, no stubby hammers now. Fire, we've seen how explosive he is, and you can pretty much surmise why they've got rid of the stubby hammers for Blitz. It will be interesting to see how Oldhim copes against Fire. With Viserai kind of going, Oldhim, would have been, he looked to be the favourite, especially out of the team blitzes and stuff like that came after. It'll be interesting to see how Oldhim copes.
I think I'll be rocking my Benji list that I had last time. I feel confident on that. Like, I definitely will be looking to test into Fi and into Oldhim. But yeah, given what I learned from Battle Hardened earlier this year in March, I feel confident in the deck, so we'll see how I do.
But it's two ninja characters that have just got, can have such explosive turns.
It'll
be interesting. So
there's a couple of nice bits for Benji that came out in the new set too. So looking to use those.
It'd be quite good to see what Ice Lexi can do in that. The card pool's slightly smaller, but can she punish? Can she put enough resource her on those Benji decks and the Fire decks to see what happens, or even Icelander for that matters. Because
yeah, for sure.
if she's doing a Hex deck, you've only got 20 health, so potentially it's going to hurt a lot more. Okay, so if Skirmish is your thing, and especially Blitz, if Blitz is your thing, this is week 1. So week 1 for Skirmish is just playing Liverpool. So they kicked off the RTN season, so they're kicking it off again. So well done, guys, for getting a Skirmish. And Athena Games in Norfolk, they haven't run one in a while, so well done, guys, for getting a Skirmish as well. So 30th of July, Just Play, and 31st of July, Athena Games. So top of the country and the far east of the country is where Blitz is. Like I said, we're not covering Sealed, so I haven't put those dates up. All right. But,
fantastic.
Hunt them out. Right, okie dokie. So thanks for everyone for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Now, if you give us a thumbs up, that shares it with like-minded players like yourselves, so they can get an inside track on what's happened with the UK meta. So please do that. Leave a comment. Let's have a discussion. Let's find out what those Icelander draft decks were like. And we will catch you soon when it comes to Blitz and Skirmish season.
Yeah, and just want to say a small thank you to obviously everybody that sort of approached myself and Baz whilst we've sort of gone to some events and said that they've enjoyed the show and everything like that. Comments been absolutely amazing, and it's really appreciative to hear that. So just want to thank you for all those positive comments that we have got, all the positive comments that have been made on the videos as well. Definitely gives us a sense of worth and things for doing this. So thanks very much for all the positiveness.
All right, cool. Right, until next time, you take care.